everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pink Buckaroo Designs, and this is video number 1 of 3 different non-traditional Valentine projects I made with the Hey Love stamp set from the 2019 Stampin' Up! Occasions catalog. It's designed for Valentine's Day, and I took each little critter and designed something that's a little bit different than your normal Valentine. Now here is the one we're going to make right now, and can you guess what's inside? Stinkin' sweet. All right, well, I went to the store with that in mind, and I came home with room spray from Bath and Body Works. This would be a great Valentine treat for a friend or a coworker maybe who's really trying to stay off the sugar and wants something that's not candy, actually. You know, some of us are like, please, we're trying to stick to our New Year's resolution. So this would be a great treat for a friend or coworker or family member who you know would not appreciate candy this time of year. And I thought it was cute to go with our cute little skunk. All right, well, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is make our box. So you're going to need your Simply Scored, and you're going to need a piece of gray granite cardstock that measures 6.5 by 8. Now, you guys, this was a Facebook Friday project, and there's a PDF that goes with it. You can see all 3 projects that I did with this stamp set, and here's our skunk, and down here are the measurements. So go over to my blog, click on the link here on YouTube, and you'll find that PDF. All right, so 6.5 by 8. On the short side, we're going to do 1.5, 3, 4.5, and 6. Now on the long side, we're going to do 1.5 and 6.5. All right, now before we do any cutting, we're going to do a little bit of stamping. I brought in a fun stamp set, a beautiful stamp set from the same catalog called Climbing Roses. I thought we had a skunk, we need some sweet smelling roses, and I'm going to use this one right here. And we're going to stamp it all over the box in the same color, gray granite. And just kind of sporadic, turning your stamp so that they're not all uniform. We want them just kind of floating around our box. Just adds a little bit of interest to our box. Now you'll notice that we don't need to do too many on the flaps, especially down here on our bottom flap. But you can do as many or as few as you'd like. All right, that looks pretty good. Now let's do some cutting. The skinny flap right here along the long side is the tab that we're going to put adhesive in to tuck into the other side. So go ahead and cut off those little tabs. I also like to cut at an angle when I cut in right here so that these 2 ends are angled. And then we're just going to cut up all of these score lines right here. And then grab your bone folder and make sure all of those creases are nice and burnished and folded nicely so you'll have some sharp edges. All right, so let's see, we'll tuck all those in, go down that edge, tuck all these in, and go down that edge. All right, now it's very easy to put together. You're going to use your tear and tape or fast fuse if you have any left, and put it on that long tab, and then if you fold it in half like that, the other side will fit perfectly. Now I like to make that the back side, that seam right there. So we'll fold on the bottom. We're going to fold the back side tab in first. Then get your side tabs and start. Let's go ahead and put that in there to hold that down. Keep it kind of so we have something to press on. Fold that one in, and I fold the front tab in last. That'll give us that nice, clean, rounded edge. All right, we're going to do the same thing at the top, except we want it to be easy to open. So I'm just going to put a glue dot right there on that top tab. That'll make it easy for the recipient to open. and it'll keep it closed for you. All right, so there's our box. Now let's make our cute little skunk. Grab my Whisper White thick cardstock. I'm going to use Stampin' Blends, and I prefer to use Whisper White thick cardstock when I'm coloring with my Stampin' Blends because I feel like it doesn't bleed as easily as it does on the Whisper White. All right, now I've stamped him in Memento Black, and let's color him in. Of course, he's a skunk, so we're going to go with Basic Black. Now, Basic Black blends are very, very dark, so you're going to want to go really, really easy on this. Even the light black is very dark. So I'm going to start with the light, and let's see if I can get close enough without putting my head underneath the camera. See how dark it is? I even just double check to make sure this is the light. You can use Smoky Slate, which on my Gorilla project, I use Smoky Slate to color him in. And it's dark enough that it looks, it'll go for your black if you need black. All right, let's see, we're gonna do his little paws. I'm using the brush tip of my marker here because I don't want to add too much ink. So with the brush tip, I can just kind of flick the color on where I want it to go. And I have to look and remember which part of the skunk is black and which part is white. He has a white stripe down his back. So that means his little mohawk there would be white. All right, now if you want to add a little bit of shading, take your dark and just kind of go along these edges here, under his chin and around his hair. But remember, it's so dark already that it's not going to make too much of a difference. All right, now for the little hearts, we're going to take Lovely Lipstick, dark Lovely Lipstick, and color these guys in very carefully. They're tiny. All right, now we're going to stamp that little flower that we stamped in gray granite just a minute ago. We're going to stamp that over here in Memento Black, and we're going to color it in with the light Lovely Lipstick. I like Lovely Lipstick because it's a pink-red combo. It really can go either way. It looks very reddish when you look at the cardstock and the ribbon. But when you compare it to another red, oh my goodness, I just colored the leaves. Let's do that again. I get to talking and I'm coloring the wrong things. When you hold Lovely Lipstick next to Real Red, you see that it is much pinker. So it's a good color to kind of meet you in the middle if you can't decide between pink and red. Now you'll see that this light blend is very pink. But when you put the two together, the dark, which I'm going to go over these little kind of hash marks they have here, and a little bit over here, it's going to add some dimension to our flower. All right, now we don't want pink leaves, so let's come back with our Old Olive Light. And very carefully, they're very small, color those in. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of dark right there. All right, we've got our coloring done. Let's punch him out with a 2-inch circle punch. And then we're going to need our Big Shot. We'll set him aside for now. We're going to use the framelits that go with the Climbing Rose stamp set. This little flower right here cuts this guy out, and this little trellis is my favorite piece. All right, bring the Big Shot over. Let's see if we can do both at the same time. Now the trellis is one that you're going to need to use your die brush to get all the little pieces out, and it's more intricate. So I like to put long things in long ways so that they get pressure for longer. Each little piece gets pressure for longer, and the long parts are getting it a little bit longer. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it works to put your long framelits in long ways. Now this is a little framelit. It's going to jump around, so we have to find on our magnetic platform where it wants to go. And I'm going to run this through twice for the sake of the trellis. Make sure that we get it cut. Let's see. Oh yeah, beautiful. That cut really nicely, didn't it? We've got our little flower. I'm going to set this aside. Put my framelit back where it goes before I lose it. All right, now you can put this on your foam mat for your dye brush, and you can just roll all those little doodads out. Isn't that easy? All right, so let's put this together. Now I'm going to put my trellis on with fast fuse simply because we're going to cover this part up right here. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to press it in because that's where we're going to put this, and it's going to cover it up, and that's going to really hold it on well. But I'm also going to get some glue dots. One thing you could do is use the multi-purpose adhesive sheets. The only reason I did not is because it hangs over here, so it would be a little bit sticky. So if you were going to use the multi-purpose adhesive sheets, I would make sure to just use it maybe on the bottom section. Another idea is if you have the fine tip glue pen and you are good with a fine tip glue pen, then go ahead and use that as well. I'm pretty messy, so I just try not to use it as when I can use dry adhesive. All right, now look, of course I found DSP that is those beautiful smelling roses. And this piece is about, let's see, did I put it on? Nope, it's about 3 inches by 1 1/4. All right, we're gonna put that like that with a dimensional. Now we're gonna get some ribbon. This is our Whisper White 1/8 inch ribbon, and it looks like it's a bow on here, but it's not. I'm going to cut the pieces like this and kind of fold it so that it looks like a bow, and I'm going to put it right down here and put a dimensional on top, and then I can kind of play with it and get it to spread out like I want it to. All right. Now this dimensional will also hold our skunk in place. Let's see if I can get those backs off. All right, we're going to put him right there. That's fun. I'm going to cut that one a little bit shorter and that one a little bit shorter. Now you can kind of manipulate that ribbon to do what you want. All right, the last thing we need is the sentiment. So I'm going to get my Whisper White again and stamp Stinkin' Sweet. Now if I had my paper trimmer, I would use my paper trimmer, but I did not get it. So we're just going to go for it with our scissors and just cut that at an angle and that at an angle. No measuring, just cutting the actual sentiment out in a rectangle. All right, let's put this here. Nope, a little bit lower, like that. And then let's see, do I have any mini dimensionals? Because I think a mini dimensional would be best for this little flower. And we'll put that right there. And there you have it. Isn't he cute? Such a fun little treat for a friend or someone who doesn't want sugar for Valentine's Day. All right, hop over to my blog and check out the PDF. It'll have everything you need to make this fun project. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.